Hello everyone, today we are going to be talking about top 10 beginner tips that I think are extremely important to know when you first start out in Battle Royale. If you're brand new to the game, things might seem a little crazy at first, but keep in mind that with practice, everything gets way better and your ability to perform well in this game will definitely increase over time. Now, before we get into the video, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and then also the notification bell icon to be notified of any future Fortnite videos. There's going to be a lot coming to the channel. Also, check the description below. There's a link to a form where you can submit your clips to a highlight video that I'm going to be doing, hopefully a series on the channel called Best Moments. I'm sure you've seen those before. I want to feature your guys' best moments, so leave those below. If you're just starting out in Fortnite, things can seem a bit crazy. Specifically Battle Royale, things can be very daunting and hard to learn right away. But as time goes on and with practice, Fortnite Battle Royale gets easier and easier, and you will find yourself getting better and better. Fortnite Battle Royale does require a couple of things though. Really quick thinking to stay alive and win, and most of the time, but not always because you can do it without it, quick base building. If you're taking fire, you need to learn how to build quickly, to take cover and to take advantage of the situation. Learning how to build quickly will help you very much in the long run. Also, I should note that this video will be more geared towards solo play overall, and these are the top tips that I feel are worth mentioning. You may disagree or think of other top tips, and if you do, like I said, feel free to comment those below so that we can share with new players maybe what the best things to think about are. Number 1. The first tip for new players, in my opinion, is to land in safe locations. While you are just learning the game, it's best to avoid landing near other players so that you can take the game somewhat slow at first. Later, landing near other players will help you hone your skill and make you a better fighter, because the more action you have, the better you're going to get and the quicker you're going to get at reacting. You're going to learn that muscle memory and things are going to go really well for you. Learning the hot zones of the map will help you either know where you can go to quickly engage other players or know where to avoid in order to not land near so many people, because some areas are just completely filled with people and you're going to find yourself getting into a ton of action right away, and as a new player that might be really overwhelming. So you might want to land somewhere on the outskirts of the map that can help you take the game slower. You might only have one opponent to deal with and maybe you'll overcome them, and then you'll take the game slow and you might find yourself doing really well throughout the match. Number 2, the second tip is to learn the locations of the map. Some areas, as I stated, are frequented very, very often for various reasons, whether that be for quick combat, amazing loot chances, or the start of a loot path, or there could be many other reasons. As I stated, knowing where these are can help you avoid players. Learning the locations will also help you learn where good loot spots are, challenge objectives, and great spots for late game base building. Although this obviously is up to where the circle pushes you, but it doesn't change the fact that the more familiar you are with the map, the better chances you have of surviving. In most games, I have a very specific playstyle that I like to play with, and Fortnite's no different. In Fortnite, I really love shotguns, but you can't play with shotguns the whole time in Fortnite. You have to learn all the different weaponry. In Fortnite, it's most important that you learn how to use all of the weapons in the event that you cannot find what you are looking for, or you need to use something else because the situation requires it. Now, you might not find the weapons that you're looking for right away, but if you stay alive long enough and you loot enough, you'll hopefully be able to find what you're looking for. So the third tip is to learn the various weaponry, but here comes a part of this video that I would have to say is very up to you, because you have to get used to the mechanics of the game at first as well. And so it's really important to learn the various weaponry that you feel most comfortable with as you are learning the mechanics of the game at first. I would highly recommend learning how to use assault rifles first, and then sniper rifles as well. Training with them and making yourself familiar with assault rifles will be the best thing for you because they provide you the most flexibility. But they also require you to get used to the mechanics, as I stated, because it's not as simple as pointing and shooting. Sometimes you have to really understand the placement of your shots, because you might shoot at a target a bunch of times and miss them every single time, because there's various differences to the accuracy of the weapons in game, and then you mix that in with the mechanics and things get a little tricky. And so learning how to use assault rifles first will provide you the most flexibility, and you'll be able to work in all the other weaponry first. Also, having a shotgun handy will definitely help you, as you will encounter various close range engagements, and you need to learn how to win those 1v1 engagements in order to survive even longer. Something that you'll learn very quickly is that people are very fast with how they react, whether it be with base building or shooting. So it's very important to hone in on all the different weaponry as quickly as you can. Tip number 4 is very important, but it also might be a little out of your control at first, and the only way to get better is to practice. Be patient, take your time, calm down, and relax. Control your shots. Tip number 4 is to control your shots. One thing you're going to notice real quickly is that weapon accuracy, spread, bloom, whatever you want to call it, is a huge issue in this game, especially when using assault rifles. So it's highly recommended to control your shots, watch, and be very patient and aware of how you're shooting and what shots hit and what shots don't hit, what you did to make your shot hit, and then you will quickly learn how to maximize your effectiveness and accuracy. Like I said, it's a little bit beyond your control at first, because when you first get into the game, it's a pretty daunting thing to kind of like keep everything in mind and stay cool underneath the situation and hit your shots, but it's very important. Control your shots. Just keep it in mind as best you can. Tip number 5 is an obvious one, but it's very important. Focus on surviving at first. You have many things in this game working against you here. Other players, the circle, and even yourself. Going for high amounts of kills isn't necessarily going to get you anything at first. Focus on avoiding death, learning the mechanics of the game, and making it to the end while defending yourself and eliminating opponents along the way. Try to win the match however you can. Stealth, situational awareness, quick reaction will help you win. Even camping can help you win at first, because you got to learn how to play the game, and sometimes camping is the best thing. Other times it's not good, and other people will control the situation, get above you, get an easy kill. Also, don't jump off any cliffs. Make sure that when you're falling, one thing that's important to know is if you're falling down the side of a cliff, place ramps down, place floors down to help you brace your fall. You can fall down a cliffside and put a ramp down and completely brace your fall and take no damage. So little things like that will help you survive in the long run, and it's very important to know as you go through the match. Tip number 6 is to be aware of your surroundings. Situational awareness is very important, especially the circle. As in most Battle Royale games, there is a wall that encloses in on you and forces people to fight. If you look on the map, a circle will show on the map, and you will see that circle shrink over time, and you can notice by the noises and the countdown timer. Be aware of where the circle is, the potential direction, and where you are in relation to it. This can help you avoid being caught outside the circle. Sometimes you will get into fights that will keep you from being where you want, but constantly push and try your best. If you're caught in the storm outside of the circle, you will take damage over time, and a lot of damage as time progresses. But you can heal with bandages along the way. You can work yourself back into the area that you need to be into and out of the storm. You can survive. But keep in mind, though, that the storm has claimed many lives. Being aware of your surroundings will also help you spot other players or know where they might be hiding or running. This plays into knowing the locations of the map. You can know where people are going to be. You can predict their movements and predict the spots that they might be hiding because you're familiar with the map and how people play it. There are loop paths on the map, and you can know where these locations are and the areas that are frequented most often. Knowing where people might be and knowing these loop paths might help you out greatly in the match. Tip number 7 is a very important one, and one thing that I think most beginner players might make mistakes with. You need to be patient when looting other opponents that you eliminate, because, and this is even more so in duos and squads, when you do eliminate somebody, be wary about how quickly you go and loot what they had. Sometimes other players may be trying to capitalize on your kill or use that situation as bait, specifically if you've engaged in that situation and you're weak, because then you might only need 1 shot or 2 shots to get eliminated yourself. This is especially true in duo matches or squad matches because there might be the other player from the team around watching their back, and so you can get killed really easily. Focus on eliminating all threats in the area. This is key to survival. Once again, the most important tip of all, in my opinion, is being aware of your surroundings. Constant vigilance! Be aware. Situational awareness is very important. Tip number 8 is an obvious one in my opinion, but most beginner players might not do it. It's drink your shield pots. Drink your potions. There are many items in game that can help protect you, and one of them is your shield potions. Drinking this will help you greatly survive throughout the match. There are regular potions, small potions, slurp juice, and a big chugs, which are they're all very important and they all do different things, but just know that drinking these will help you have an added layer of security, which means an extra shot or two before you actually start taking damage yourself. So if you find a shield potion, drink it right away, as it gives you a great buff and that will help you in the long run. But keep in mind, situational awareness, find a safe spot to do it. Build a base or find a door and shut the door, drink it behind the door. Find some place that you can be protected while you drink your shield potion so somebody doesn't come up on you, because they take some time to drink, and even 15 seconds with the big one, and so you're going to be completely exposed for some point of time, and that's potentially an easy kill for somebody. So find a safe spot, drink your shield potions, you'll be better off for it. Number 9 and number 10 go hand in hand, but number 9 is to gather. Stockpile as many resources as you can throughout the match by gathering some at the start and then collecting them through the match or from fallen opponents. You want to make sure that you have resources, especially at the end if you make it to the end. Wood is easy to get and used very quickly, and it also provides you the best initial defense because when you first put it down, it takes a little bit of time to destroy it, where the other ones, brick and metal, can be destroyed really quickly when they're first built. And so having wood readily available is very important. I gotta tell you, I've caught myself many times without enough resources, and even in like some of the big tournament matches, people have like found themselves with no resources. And so it's very important to gather throughout the match. If you want to be aggressive and protect yourself quickly, you got to have resources. Wood especially, it's your thing, it's your go-to thing. So have these resources available and make sure that you have enough to protect yourself. So with that being said, tip number 10 is to build. As I stated before, quick thinking, quick reaction, and quick base building will help you greatly in the long run. Now, at first you might be pretty slow at this, and that's okay. It takes some time to learn, but learning how to build structures quickly can help you protect yourself. It's worth noting that changing your key bindings may help you become more efficient. I know I don't use the default key bindings because they don't fit me. I have smaller hands, and so I can't be reaching all over the place, hitting different things. I had to change my key bindings, and now I feel like I'm way more efficient. And so change your key bindings, experiment with them. One of the things that makes Fortnite unique in terms of Battle Royale is the base building and implementation of that. So, you can build all sorts of different structures and edit those structures on the fly. You can build things ranging from basic square houses to amazing looking bases with ramps and windows and railings, you name it, it's potentially there. Just because you can make a base doesn't mean you're safe though. Other players can destroy it, and pretty easily at that. You can repair things, but players can whittle them down to nothing and then exhaust your resources. There are all sorts of weapons in this game to achieve that end. You will find yourself building lots of ramps in game, whether that be to access new areas or to climb above your opponent to get the advantage. Be aware of how you build structures. You don't want to build a weak structure with a platform in the sky that has one staircase that can easily be shot out and bring you down, falling fast to earth to your death. Because in this game, knowing how to build great structures will help you in the end of the match, because most people at the end of the match have explosives and they'll blow the crap out of your base. And so having a single ramp leading up to the sky with a big huge base, that single ramp can be shot out. And so it's very important to build a structure that can stand, and maybe not even, don't build it so high until you get used to things, because if you build it too high, that's going to really result in your death. So those are my top 10 tips, but I do have one more tip for you, and I think it's pretty important. enjoy yourself. Have fun in the game. I know when I first started playing, I took the game way too seriously and I sucked as a result. So enjoy yourself, have fun, goof around with other friends or whatever. Just enjoy yourself in this game. There are many other things we could talk about, ranging from specific loot paths and great loot locations to, you know, various weaponry and their different abilities, but for now, I'm going to leave it at that. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. These are my top 10 tips. Like I said, you might have other ones. You might not think these are good to know or whatever. You might say, number 4 should be this, number 5, I think you left this out. That's fine. I understand. If you have those, leave them in the comment section below, because here on my channel, I really want to incorporate a great community, especially around Fortnite. And I think that when you have new players coming into the game for the first time, which there'll probably be a lot more when PvE goes free to play, they want to play PvE, they want to play Battle Royale, it's important for these new players to know everything that they can. And so leaving your tips for them is greatly appreciated. So comment those below. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it educational. It was important to me to make this because there's a lot of things that I learned and I'm still learning about the game. And these are some of the main things that I think that because I focused on these when I first started, it helped me out greatly. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day. Things are going well for you in your life. I'll see you guys in the next one.